Let's, Nick, start with Kawhi. There's been enough drama in his basketball life, but he's approaching, what, a crossroads in his shoe deal, is he not?
Yeah, definitely. So basically the way shoe deals work is they expire in October, but he's been with Jordan Brand, for the last few years here, and they offered him an early extension, a 4-year deal worth around $22 million earlier this spring that he turned down. So right now they're at a standoff, and he's potentially going to have to go to some other brands and try to take some pitches and see where he lands.
Has he maybe hurt or maybe perversely helped himself with living in the headlines like this over the last several weeks and months?
There's definitely been a lot of awareness around this storyline. Obviously, the situation with the Spurs as well just had Kawhi in the news, but I think it's a really interesting dynamic. There's pretty much no disputing that Kawhi is a top 5 player in this league and is incredible on the floor. Of course, a Finals MVP, but he's a very unique player in the sense that for so long he's been averse to endorsements, has been pretty out of the limelight, and he's very dormant on social media. So I think there's a lot of dynamics at play here that have made it a little tough to maybe get the shoe deal offers that he's been hoping for.
So an average of $5 million, which he rejected, does that reflect his aversion to the spotlight? It could be a lot more if he was more outgoing?
So there's about a dozen players in the league that have a signature shoe. Most of those guys make around $10 million or more. And on a per-year basis, this offer would land Kawhi in the top 15 still for a shoe deal. So, I think for a lot of people around the industry, they feel it's a very fair offer. Especially when you take into account how he has not been marketed over the years. And I think per year it's a very strong offer.
All right, so if Kawhi is withdrawn, you cannot say that about Joel Embiid. He's the king of social media. He lives out there. He's a big man, and he's with Adidas currently. So what's the prognosis here?
So Joel is very much an outlier in the sense that historically brands have been pretty lukewarm on big men. It's of course the adage that big men don't sell shoes, but Joel is such a dominant force on social media, and for a brand like Puma that's coming into the fold, even a brand that's from China, there's just an awareness and visibility that you can get by signing Joel Embiid that I think has everybody really curious to sign him.
Then you've got the case of DeMarcus Cousins, Boogie, in a 1-year deal with Golden State. How is that going to play? He's going to play on the best team in the league, odds on for the next championship. How will that play into the marketplace for a shoe deal?
So typically a shoe deal for a veteran like DeMarcus Cousins is going to be a 5-year length. And of course with the restrictions for the Warriors, a lot of people are looking at this season as being a placeholder for him. But I still think that a lot of brands are going to be curious to sign him and interested to sign him just because of the visibility that you can get on the final stage. I mean, the Warriors have been such a juggernaut here over the last few years, and for DeMarcus Cousins, he's a guy that loves to wear flashy shoes and is, really engaged on social media too to promote it. So I think a brand would still be excited to sign him, even if there is that unknown of where he's going to land potentially after this season.
Maybe just 1 year, but it's a year certainly in the spotlight. Nick DePaula, appreciate it. Thanks so much.